Peterson. I'm here all the way from Casper, Wyoming. And that over there, his name is Daniel Blanc-Gonnet. He's here all the way from Portland, Oregon. Long drive for him, but luckily we got him here anyway. And we do this show called Perfect Gravity. So Daniel and I actually come from a sport called Moto Trials. Moto Trials is a little bit different sport in that it's all about balance, finesse, and control of the bike rather than just speed you see in most motorsports. Everything you're going to see today is stuff we've learned from our years in the sport of Moto Trials. Both Daniel and I do still actively compete. I actually finished number 9 in the U.S. this year. And Daniel, being the overachiever that he is, finished number 4. Now, the bikes themselves are manufactured specifically for Moto Trials competitions.
Yeah,
they have a 300cc two-stroke motor, 6 gears in the transmission, and they weigh about 150 pounds.
They weigh 150. How much they weigh? Are those the gas tanks?
One of the things I get asked quite a bit during these shows, how do you do that? So I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you exactly how we make these bikes do what they do. And the first technique I'm going to show you is something we call a double grip. These things we use to go up things that aren't quite vertical. So how it's going to work is as I ride up this ramp, I'm going to give the bike a bit of throttle. That's going to make it wheelie. I'm then going to hit my front tire on that vertical edge up top there. Give the bike another bit of throttle, and that's going to hopefully launch it to the top of the trailer. I say hopefully because this is a show run completely by humans. We make mistakes. We even crash sometimes. So, you know, anything's possible. There you go, right up to the top, no problem. I'm going to send Daniel up that same ramp. He's just going to do it a little bit differently than I did. Using a spider technique, launching right up to the top there. Yeah, just to sort of show you folks that these ramps aren't made to be one directional, I'm going to make a jump down too. See Daniel launching right to the top there, getting that bike turned around. Looks like he's going to go down those steps there. You see him balancing on that first step. Easing the bike down. No problems at all. Alright, so the very next technique we're going to show for you folks is something called a jab slap. In front of me here is 4 steps. Each of these steps is 2 foot tall, and we're going to ride our motorcycles up them. And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to wheelie into the first one and hit the front tire right about here. Now, if you notice when I did that, it actually compressed that suspension. That's exactly what I want, because when that suspension comes back up or rebounds, we're going to jump up on the bike. We're going to release that clutch, getting all the power to the rear tire. At the same time, we're going to throw the bike forward as well, and that's going to get it up and forward 1 step. Now, obviously, with there being 4 steps here, that means we got to copy this technique 4 times in a row perfectly in order to get to the top. Right up there, no problem. Making it look easy. So easy, in fact. I'm going to make it a little harder on myself here. I'm going to start with a little bit less run than he did. I'm going to start from right about here. Obviously a lot tougher from here. This is what we call stuffing the obstacle when we don't have a whole lot of room out in natural terrain at the competitions. Now I don't have the momentum carrying the bike up this thing, so that means I've got to do all the suspension compression on my own with my body, and then got to get a whole lot of speed going in a short amount of time. And just to add a little variety here, I'm also going to go down those steps. I'm just going to do it a little differently than Daniel did earlier. I'm going to go down each step sideways here. Going to start off by doing what we call a nose wheelie drop here off the first one. There's one. There's two. Three. And four. All right. So, I'm at the first portion of the show here. I need a volunteer from the crowd. You want to do it in the black shirt?
I'm so ready. Tuck in your boots, please. That would be the first thing. Get this whole video.
Okay. Have you ever seen my show before? Okay. Well, that makes sense because I've only been here for a day. Okay. I just need you to kind of have a seat up there.
Oh God. Look at her, look at her.
Yeah.
Oh my God. She always
Nope,
gets
back.
all.
Against that angle there. Okay, now go ahead and lay back. And I have a question. How good is your insurance?
She doesn't pay for it. She doesn't know.
How good's your insurance? Okay, well that makes me feel better. Okay.
Just don't hit her in the head.
The good news is, I usually pull this off about 50% of the time. But keep in mind, I hit the guy in the last show, so statistically it should even out and you should be good. Okay. Hold on. That's, I didn't have the speed. You should be glad I saw that. Because that could have been really bad. That would have thrown my average way off. It would have been like 75% failure. But don't worry about that. This attempt will be better, I promise.
That's my sister. Don't kill her. At least there's two of us.
Move, because I got to get down.
Move your legs. God,
Really good. Thank you very much. Give a hand for a volunteer here. Although I'm sure she immediately regretted that decision as soon as she got up there. Okay. You guys want to see some wheelies? Okay, well, thank you to all three of you that responded to that and got excited. So, here's the thing. We're not playing golf. Nobody's going to get mad if you guys get too loud. In fact, we encourage that thing. It's a motorcycle stunt show. So you guys want to see some wheelies? Let's do some wheelies.
I want to see some
Gonna see if I can't get a lap in around the table here. There we go. All right, so the next stupid one-wheel stunt we have for you folks is something called a tail dragger. The idea of the tail dragger, as you may have guessed from the name tail dragger, is to drag the tail, which is that far back. Past vertical, actually. We're going to see just how close we can get. Daniel's getting better and better at it. We'll each get 2 attempts, and we'll send him down to try attempt number 1. Pretty close there. I think I can do a little better there. Daniel, we're tip number 2. Sort of riding that rear brake. All right, just to throw a little variety to show you that we can do it on the front wheel too. Throwing a little nose wheelie. There we go. All right, so I'm at the second portion of the show here, where I need another volunteer from the crowd. I saw your hand before I even finished talking. So I guess you're in, buddy. Okay, have you ever seen our show before? No. Okay, just lay down over here somewhere. Okay, make sure and keep your legs together, not crossed, but together. Relax, and don't move. So we're just gonna hope this goes as well as I think it will. Okay. So, you see Daniel there on top of the trailer. That's actually not a coincidence. That's in the case that we happen to have an accident and we need a witness for our insurance form. He's going to be the witness. Because he has a great view of the accident. Anyways, Moto Trials is all about balance, finesse, and control. We've been talking all about it. So I figured what better way to showcase that than risk the life of an innocent volunteer. Probably thought he was going to get a t-shirt out of the deal. But I'm willing to negotiate. If you'll set it for a sticker. Okay. Are you wondering how I'm going to get out of this? Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. All right, hold still. No, you're not done. Go back down. Man. One successful stunt, everybody wants to leave. Okay, we can do better. We can do so much better. We're going to make this so much cooler. It's going to be a little more dangerous for you, not for me. I'm on a motorcycle. A little bit dangerous for you. So I just need this leg over here. Yep, just like that. That one. Over here, like that. Now, put your hand up. This is for your safety. Okay? Now, hold your palm out. That goes great. Safety first, buddy. Safety first. Yeah. You guys ever had one of those times where like you agreed to do something and then later you're like, man, I really shouldn't agree to do that? That moment came for him when that hand went down. That was that moment. All right, here we go.
Only 150 pounds.
Stay here. Hold on. These clutches get sticky. Don't you worry about that, man. 2 hands above your face. Oh, you're not done. I got one more. Okay. Good, Greg. I really appreciate you volunteering. You did awesome. I'm going to send Daniel out here. He's going to be my next volunteer. Whether he wants to be or not. Once you guys see it, I'm probably leaning towards the not thing. Yeah. So we're going to see just how good I am at stopping on just my front tire. By listening to Daniel's future children. Notice I said future children. That's his girlfriend over there. I don't know if they've had that discussion yet, if they want children or not, but hopefully, you know, given how this stunt works.
Oh my God, we were on that ride. That's such fun.
All right, so quick roll up here. Just going to kind of ride. You guys go ahead, don't mind. We're just doing a show here, no big deal. All right. I'm just going to roll right beside him just to make sure that my timing's right and all my marks are good. So ideally, I should just come up just right where his crotch is. So let's see here. That's pretty close, I think. Yeah, I think that'll work. That'll be. No, don't worry about it. That's a good roll up. That was kind of close. He didn't really look worried like he should have been. I think I'll give that another attempt. What do you guys think? You want to see closer? That one was close. There was a little bit of kiss the hand a little bit there. All right, so just to show that, you know, I'm a good sport here, I'm going to volunteer for Daniel. We're going to reverse things just a little bit here. And as you can see, there's no ramp here. It's just grass and then my lifeless body laying here, hoping that Daniel's going to jump over me, and then he didn't take offense to that last stunt. There's really no way this can go wrong. Hopefully Daniel tries a little harder on attempt number 2. There we go. That's a little better. How about we'll see if we can get both of us on the curve. You guys want to see that? Yeah! A little bit of synchronization here. We're going to try that again. We're just going to go down a little bit differently this time. Get into place here. Plenty of room up here, as you can see. We're not even on the edge or anything. It's great. Okay, so now that that's done, you may notice we got a lot of big ramps on this trailer that we haven't gotten to yet. You guys want to see some big ramps? All right, so the very first one we have on the schedule for the big ramps is this one right here. It is 6 vertical feet from the bottom, a little more vertical at the bottom than it is at the top. That's important. It's actually going to want to kick the bike up initially. That means we've got to maintain good balance, control, all that nonsense to get the rest of the way to the top. With that being said, it's only 5 foot wide up there, so we got to get stopped right away too. Now, for those of you that are hoping to see a crash, and let's not lie, that's like 50% of you, right? I know what makes the highlight reels on the news, and it's not when we pull it off. I get it. This is where we crash the most. So watch close. These people are going to miss it. They just left. And this might be a better show than even I thought. Right to the top there, Daniel Blanc-Gonnet having no problem at all. Make my own attempt here. And back down. Alright, so the very next ramp we have for you folks is definitely the most obvious one because it's the tallest. And that happens to be this ramp right here. 12 foot to the peak of that thing. It's angled 55 degrees on one side, 55 degrees on the other. Now, there are other shows out there similar to mine. Those other shows also have a pyramid, kind of like that. However, nobody has one that tall, just us. Those are our 8 foot, which is the depth of the trailer. I decided to build mine 12. Well, because it seemed like a really good idea at the time I was building it. true story. So, without further ado, we're going to get your program local, Daniel Blanc-Gonnet, lined up here. Make sure to make some noise for him. Right up to the tip, not even touching the skid plate, no problem at all. Made my own attempt here. All right, folks, we got one last ramp for you before we have a little competition to see who the better rider is. And that last ramp also happens to be the most dangerous. And that is this ramp right here. The ramp itself, it's only 2.5 foot tall. That doesn't really make it dangerous. What does make it dangerous, for you guys that can't see maybe at the back of the trailer, is this part right here. It's wide open. That's actually where we load our motorcycles into the side of the trailer. However, once you go 7 foot up, there's a 1 foot tall steel plate up there. So as you may have guessed, the goal here is to launch the bike at least 7 foot in the air out that 2.5 foot clipper. Let it get planted steadily on top, and hopefully not go careening off into really nice people that probably do not want to be careened into. All right, here we go. We'll see if Daniel can make it look good. Oh, no problem at all. Just straight right to the top there. Try it myself here. Right up to the top there. All right, folks, we got one last thing for you before we end this show here at 2:30, and that's a little competition between Daniel and I. Now, we come from a sport called Moto Trials. We've been talking all about it. And how it works in Moto Trials is everything is in sections. A section is a short piece of obstacle course that they've ribbon out that we compete over one at a time to see who can do it better. Normally we do 36 up in a national. It takes us 6.5 hours. We don't have that kind of time. So we're going to do one section right here. Quick shootout between Daniel and I. See who the better rider is. So real quick, how many of you guys think me, Shad Peterson from Casper, Wyoming, can pull off the win? Thank you. How many of you guys think Daniel Blanc-Gonnet from Portland, Oregon can pull it off? Obviously a lot more than they think of me. Okay, so here's how the point system works. 1 point for every time we put our foot down, up to 3. Even if we put it down 5, 10, 20 times, it's still 3 points. Now if we crash, fall off the motorcycle, can't complete the section for any reason at all, 5 points. That's the maximum penalty. That's the worst score you can possibly get in this sport of Moto Trials. The best score you can get, as you may have guessed, is a 0, what we call a clean ride, clean and free of mistakes. That's what I'm hoping to get. That's what Daniel's hoping to get. Apparently you guys are hoping he gets too. He's ahead of me right now. He's on a clean to 5 points for me. Here's going to be the section. We're going to have us start off on the pyramid. From there, we're going to get up onto the first step, hop off of it sideways, and then line up to that angled ramp with our front tire on the ramp. From there, we got to come the rest of the way up to the top, down that side of the pyramid to line up to that launch over the doorway here. We're going to launch over the doorway, and then we're going to finish off by riding down the 4 steps. Sound gnarly enough for you guys? All right, so we're going to give it an attempt to see Daniel lined up there. I'm going to get out of his way, and we'll just see how it all works out. See him launching right at the side of the pyramid. Not having any trouble. He's on a clean ride so far. Up to that 3rd step there. Down to that 1st step. Over with his front tire there. Putting a foot down, Daniel Blanc-Gonnet on a 1-point ride so far. Super technical area right there. Oh, putting his foot down again, but making it up. Looks like just barely. Down the third time. That's a 3-point ride for Daniel Blanc-Gonnet. Lining up to that launch over the doorway there. He's just got to get down and out. He can finish it with a 3-point ride. There you have it, folks. 3-point ride for Daniel Blanc-Gonnet. Making an honest 3 out of it, which gives me a little bit of an opportunity to pull off a win here, although it's going to be tough. And I'm going to make my own attempt. Oh, before I get started here, one thing I failed to mention here. We have a little competition every year in the sport of trials called the Trial of Nations, where they take the top 4 riders out of each country to face off against the top 4 out of all the other countries. I think there's somewhere around 30 countries that compete in the Trial of the Nations every year. The United States is one of them. And wouldn't you know it, that guy right there is on the team this year. Portland local will be representing the United States against all the other countries in the world. And with that little talk, we're going to get started. All right, Shad Peterson lining up for the big triangle. All right, good luck for Shad Peterson. Passing over, easy. Now this part, ladies and gentlemen, is super technical. Very difficult without top radio being just as big as the motorcycle. As you see, I showed a little bit. It was also the second time I ever tried that, so. Shad, looking up, look easy. Go off. Crab walk down the 2 stairs. Shad taking his time in this really tight corner. So that steel frame right there is pretty slick, so he has to get all the power on that mash. Give it up for Shad Peterson, everybody. Ooh, take that little Cheeto line there. Yeah, I guess that's legal. Shad on a 1-point ride, I believe. Put a little flip in there for style points. Too bad it doesn't really count, but. That's pretty spotted, no problem. Down the steps. All right, folks, thank you very much. With a 1-point ride, barely beating out Daniel Blanc-Gonnet here. However, for today, I've got a total of 6 points. He only has 3. So your leader, Daniel Blanc-Gonnet from Portland, Oregon. All right, folks, if we like Taylor Coffee, make sure and check us out on Facebook. That was our 2:30 show. Got another one at 4:30, 7:30. Daniel's got some posters for you folks if you want to come get one real quick. And thank you very much for watching.
Running the side too. wanted to make sure that was.
What's your last name so we can look you up on the website?
Peterson.
Peterson. And
Yeah.
first name?
Shad.
Shad?
Yeah, thanks.
Yellow.